So we've had these rumours of Kathleen Kennedy stepping down as head of Lucasfilm for a while now. I want to say a year or so. That we've had these rumours. After the Acolyte wrapped up, we started hearing rumours of Kathleen Kennedy stepping down, and it's looking like it could happen in the next year or so. I really think this upcoming year, 2026, is going to be Kathleen Kennedy's last chance at a final success, I mean, she's not going to want to, it's not looking like she's going to want to stay on forever anyway. She's probably only got about 2 years left at Lucasfilm anyway. But I think 2026 is really going to be her last chance at any sort of success. And why do I say this coming year? Well, we've got Mandalorian and Grogu, The Mandalorian and Grogu, coming out this year in December, I believe. And we've got Starfighter with Ryan Reynolds as well. These movies are going to be her last projects. We had our first look at The Mandalorian and Grogu a couple months ago now, and I really just don't see the point in this film, and a lot of people are with me on that. I mean, I think wrapping up a TV show with a movie is a really stupid idea. I just don't get why they would do that. And the last season of The Mandalorian didn't perform as well as it should have, and The Mandalorian has fallen off a lot in the last couple of years. And I really just don't think this movie is going to perform to the level that they think it will. I mean, maybe if this movie had come out 2 years ago, there would have been a chance of it having some sort of impact. But I don't really see that, to be honest. I don't really see that. I think the Mandalorian brand has been on the downturn in the last couple of years. And I just don't think people were as interested in that story as they were 2 years ago, I think this movie's going to end up being another Solo. I really do. I think this movie's going to end up being another Solo. I mean, I don't see this being anywhere close to Rogue One, I just don't see the current state of Disney and Lucasfilm even being able to deliver $2 billion movies at the moment. Maybe with an episode 10, they could get back to that level, box office wise. But I don't see that with The Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, the movie looks great aesthetically, visually. I mean, Star Wars movies always do. But that's it, really. That's all I can really say. I mean, it seems pointless. And I don't think The Mandalorian is anywhere near as popular as it was when it started. And I really think Disney are overestimating the impact this movie's going to have. I think it's going to perform poorly for them, but we'll have to see, really. Then we've got this Starfighter movie, which is set for a 2027 release date, and it's set a few years after episode 9, and it's starring Ryan Reynolds, who's a good actor. He's been in a lot of good stuff. That seems to be all it really has going for it, you know. But again, we don't know much about Starfighter. I mean, it could end up being an unexpected hit, you know. If they sort of, it is set after the Rise of Skywalker, but if they keep away from the sequels directly and it sort of is a standalone one-off story, then I think it could end up being what people want to see, because people just want to see good Star Wars movies that break away from the mess caused by the sequel trilogy and aren't, you know, political and are just, you know, good stories. That's what people want to see from Star Wars, and it could end up being that if they execute it properly. But then obviously we've got this Rey movie as well, and I mean, I really don't think this Rey movie is going to end up happening. I mean, it's already in a complete mess. It's already lost its director and it's lost its writer, and essentially nothing has happened in the 2 years that it's been announced. It was supposed to start production last year and it didn't. Nothing's gone through. So I really don't see that movie happening. And also nobody wants to see that fucking movie. I really don't know why Disney are really trying to push Rey. They're still trying to push Rey as, you know, the face of Star Wars. And it's just not happening. They had 3 movies to do it. And they fucking failed. And they're still trying to push Rey as the face of Star Wars. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see that. They just don't. Nobody likes Disney's storylines or characters. They just don't. That's just the way it's gone, really. And then the real question is when Kathleen Kennedy eventually steps down, if it's this year, late 2026, or if it's 2027, when she does eventually step down, who is going to be her successor? That's the real question on everybody's mind. And I think realistically, it's going to end up being someone like Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau. I think those are going to be the most likely candidates for Kennedy's successor. I mean, they did do a decent job with that lineup of shows on Disney Plus. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau both worked on The Mandalorian, and they made that very successful. So I think those two are definitely Disney's best bet. I think making it Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau is going to be the most popular decision, you know. And actually there are a lot of people that don't like Dave Filoni, actually. But I think generally that's going to be the best decision for them to make, because they still got to win a lot of people back. They lost a lot of people with the sequel trilogy, especially The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker in particular lost a lot of the fan base, so they got to win a lot of people back. And I think the best bet to do that is having Filoni or Favreau, those kind of guys, following up Kennedy when she steps down. And whenever that is, 2026, 2027, I think those two are likely the best bets for that. Because, you know, they got a lot of winning back to do with the fan base and general audiences in general. I mean, the franchise is a joke at the moment. It has been for years. So yeah, we'll have to see on that one.